Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video I want to show you a few ways that you can fix some of the corrupted Windows files, and in order to do that I had to kind of corrupt some of the files so I can actually show you the ways you can fix when something is corrupted in Windows. It's not always perfect and it doesn't always work as it should, but I'll show you the ways that you can try to fix the issue. And then I'm also gonna show you at the end of the video the I will say the last resort fix that you can do to repair your Windows. So let's start. So first, let me quickly show you one, well, not the exact file, because there is like a ton of the files there, so many, but the folder in which the file is located that I have corrupted. So it's in Windows folder, and then we go down to WinSFC, which is actually short for Windows Side by Side, and this is kind of a protected folder, and it's owned by Trusted Installer. It is kind of like an account that it's a protected account in Windows, and in order to change or modify anything inside of this, you have to have, or better yet, you have to take ownership of the files and also apply the necessary permissions so that you can modify it or delete or whatever. But this is used for repairing Windows, and this should not be deleted or manipulated in any way, because you might just kind of like break your Windows. But I've used one of these files that won't kind of like really affect Windows much, just to show you an example how you can fix it. So let's open the command prompt, and first thing I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna use the SFC command. But the thing is that SFC command actually depends on WinSFC folder, so it kind of depends on this folder not to be corrupted. So this folder has to be healthy in order SFC to fix any issues. And since I have modified one of these folders, it won't be able to fix the problem that I have created for this lab test. So let's I'm gonna use a command, verify only. So, and I'm gonna run it. Okay, maybe I need to learn how to type first. Only. So the command is gonna run, and I might pause the video depending. It might take a few minutes, or yeah, I better pause it and I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so it's done now with scanning, and it's 100%, and you can see it's notifying us that it found integrity violations. And for more details, we can check this log, for example. And so what I wanted to show you is that actually it found that something is wrong. So as I said, I modified one of the files, and it's showing me that something is not right in this folder. And now if we can actually, I'm going to use Notepad, and I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to show you actually, we're going to open this file, this log file. So just a moment, let me put the font up a little bit so you can better see. Okay, so okay, here is like a lot of stuff. Here's like a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna go down to find the appropriate message that I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is actually the one I'm looking for. Okay, so here the log says the time and date and all the information, but here is what I'm looking for. Cannot verify component files for Windows. So this is actually the one of the Xbox Live storage client components. So this is actually one of the files that I have modified, changed. So it cannot verify this component file. So it actually tells us that there's something is wrong with this file and it cannot verify this file, and I have modified this one. So it found where the problem is. So it's useful for someone that's interested, that you can go to that log that it creates and you can try to see what is wrong. And now I can also show you the, okay, let's open this up. So as I said before, so since I modified the file in that folder, SFC command actually won't be able to fix it. And we can confirm that when I run scan now command. And I'm gonna again pause the video because this might take a minute or two. So I'll come back when it's done. Okay, so now when it's finished, we can see that it gives us a message. Windows Resource Protection found corrupt files but was unable to fix some of them. And as I mentioned earlier, since I messed around with that WinSXS folder and SFC command needs that folder to work properly, it was not able to fix the issue. And again, here we have again where the log is, and we can again look at the logs, but it will only show us that it wasn't able to fix the issue. And so in order to fix the issue, but first I'm gonna use again another command which is called DISM. So DISM command is actually short for deployment image servicing and management, and it's used it's mostly used like in modifying Windows images for kind of like deployment in enterprise. So it's kind of like a advanced tool, but it's also used to fix Windows images or for checking health of the Windows images and kind of trying to also like repair those corrupted files. So the thing is that SFC cannot work without that WinSXS folder, like healthy folder. It has to be like healthy, but DISM actually is the one tool that DISM actually fixes. So DISM can actually pull up the information from online, or you can use actually also like a Windows image. So you can download a Windows image and then use that image to fix your Windows, your WinSX SXS folder. And like what I want to show you now is actually I'm gonna go use another command that can scan and show us that there is like an issue. There are a few commands you can use, but I'm gonna use the one I'm gonna be typing right now, which is I'm gonna use DISM online, and then we're gonna use clean up image, and we're gonna use scan health. Now there is one other command, check health. So it's the same DISM online cleanup image, check health. But the reason I'm using this one is because this one it goes more into the kind of like a depth in seeking for issues. Well, the check health is very fast. It's done in like a moment. Well, actually, I can show you. Check health. Okay, we're gonna run this one, and this one is kind of okay. It's done. So you saw like it took like a second to complete, but and the important message is that this command also found an issue. So, but it doesn't tell you that issue was found. It just shows you that component store is repairable. So it means that something is wrong. Something in that folder, that component store is like needs to be fixed. But the reason I'm choosing to use also scan health is because this one is more in depth, and I always prefer to use this one because the check health really it's like a fast command is done in like in a second, but this one goes more into depth. So sometimes it can show a problem, that there is like a problem that check health command kind of cannot see. So I'm gonna again pause the video. This might also take like a minute or two to complete. So I'm just gonna pause the video and be back when it's done. Okay, it's finished, and we can see it doesn't show much information as the previous command check health, but again it shows that component store is repairable, which means that again something is not right and needs to be fixed. So in order to fix this issue, and since I know where the issue is, because I know that this next command is gonna fix the issue, because I have again corrupted that file in a folder that DISM can fix. I know that this next command I'm gonna be using is gonna fix the issue, but in most cases, other cases when something like that happens, when like a file is modified or in some way corrupted, usually DISM can fix the issues. It's always, of course, not 100%, because there is a lot of times that I run into an issue with some Windows image, or that DISM like failed and was not able to fix the issue. But in some cases it can really help. So let's go to the next command and see how actually it's gonna fix the issue. So we're gonna use DISM online, and then again clean up image, and then we're gonna use restore health. So this command, as it says, restore health, is gonna repair the damaged corrupted file. So again, I'm just gonna pause the video and be back when it's done. Okay, so now that this is done, we can actually see the restore operation completed successfully, which means that the problem has been resolved and there is no more corrupted files. And again, to confirm that also with SFC, I'm just going to use again verify only, and this will also, again, trouble typing today, verify only, and this command again is gonna confirm that there is no more corruption or any issues. So again, I'm gonna just briefly pause it and come back when this command is done. Okay, command finished, and as you can see, it says that Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violations, which means that the issue has been resolved. And this is one like example that I wanted to show you, that SFC command and DISM kind of they actually work together. They they kind of work together because they kind of depend on each other, and it's always good to run both commands together when you are like trying to resolve an issue. And so now, like I've shown you where like SFC command can fail and it's not able to repair it. But when you involve DISM command and then you see that the issue resolved and that they work together, and it's really good to kind of always use those commands together. And now I'm going to show you actually another way where, let's say, DISM is going to fail, but SFC command is going to work and kind of fix the issue. So in order to do that, I'm gonna again kind of like modify corrupt one of the files, and I'm gonna show you actually how it's done, and then we're gonna go through the repairing process. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually I have a few commands that I'm just gonna copy them for easier because it's a lot to write. So first thing I'm gonna do is actually just I'm gonna copy this command, or actually this location. So what I'm gonna do here, actually I'm gonna mess with a zip file, so that makes kind of like compress the file. You know, you probably know 7-zip or WinRAR. And so here, let's say here I have a file test, and if I go on this option here, compress the zip file, and this is gonna compress this. So this is the compressed version of this text file. And now I'm going to do so. I'm showing you that this actually works right now, right? So I'm able to zip this file. And now I'm going to the folder. Actually, the folder. Oops, sorry. Clean the screen. I'm gonna take ownership of that zip DLL, and I'm just gonna copy paste this few of the commands because there's like a lot of typing to do, or a little bit longer, more typing. So first thing is I'm gonna take the ownership. The F parameter stands for like location of the file. So I'm taking ownership of this zip FLDR DLL. So I'm gonna press enter. So now it's been owned by my account, which is Batman. So don't tell anyone I'm Batman. But yeah, the next command I want to use is I'm gonna give myself, since I own the file now, I can change also the permissions, and I'm gonna grant myself full permission with this file, so I can modify, delete, I can do whatever I want with this file. And next, what I would like to do is I'm gonna add kind of like a corrupted the text into the DLL. Okay, and it's giving me an error. Cannot file because it's used by another process. Okay, it might be used by actually the Explorer exe. So just let me try to close this. Let me try to close this just a moment. Let me quickly check Explorer. Okay. Okay, let me try this one more time. Okay, it works. So yes, my Explorer was open and it kind of the zip was still kind of in the background running. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to kind of, well, I can do this from the precaution. I can and I don't have to do this. This is kind of like making like a backup from that DLL, but it's kind of like a really pointless, and it says that it's not even working, but it's never mind. This is kind of like a copy, so you would be like copying this file into the backup.dll, so just making kind of like a copy of the file, but it's not really kind of necessary, especially when I'm doing it in the lab. And so here I use Notepad to open the DLL, and it says corrupted, and it says corrupted because in this command here I actually echo the corrupted. So this word corrupted actually inserted into the zip FLDR DLL. And now I'm going to do again. So this file right now, the zip file is corrupted, and actually I can before I run SFC, I can actually open again Explorer. I think it's okay. Here it is. So now if I again, like at the earlier in the video, I showed you like when I used the compressed zip file, and it was working fine, right? If you remember, you could have seen here another like a zip, like it was like a zip folder. But right now, as you can see, it's not working because I have corrupted the file, and if I go compress the zip file, nothing is happening. And another zip file should have appeared here, but it's not happening. So which proves the point that I have corrupted this zip FLDR DLL. And now, so again, I'm gonna do SFC, and I'm gonna do verify only. And I'm gonna quickly just pause the video because it's gonna take a minute again. So let me just pause the video for a moment. Okay, the scan finished, and we can see verification is 100% complete. And again, it says that the Windows Resource Protection found integrity violations. So SFC using verify only command has shown us that something is again wrong, something is corrupted. And I just want to point also out when I was doing the copy command, like right here, it's not really important, as I mentioned earlier. I just wanted to kind of like back up this file, but it didn't work because I haven't created a temp folder on my C drive, but nonetheless, it's not really important. So now we've seen that SFC found that there is like an issue. And now if I'm gonna again use the DISM because I want to show you that. First, I'm gonna use the DISM again online, and I'm gonna use a clean up image, and then I'm gonna use scan health, and I'm gonna run it. Okay, so the scan has finished, and again we get the message that the common store is repairable. So it found an issue. And now I'm gonna use the restore health, and I want to show you that DISM won't be able to actually fix the problem that I've created with modifying like a file in system32. So system32 kind of really depends on SFC commands, and DISM is not able kind of to repair this. So for repairing any issues in system32, SFC command is like needed, but we'll come to that. So I'm gonna go again DISM online, and I'm gonna use clean up image, and then I'm gonna use restore restore health. Restore health. Okay, this might take probably 5, 10, 15 minutes, because even though it's going fast now, it's gonna kind of pause like in like around 60 something percent. Is gonna take its time. So I'm just gonna pause it and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so the scan was done, and this is now something that might maybe confuse you, but let me explain. So the message that we get here is that restore operation completed successfully, and the operation completed successfully. So when you see this message, you're thinking, okay, so DISM actually fixed the issue, but actually didn't. And this is kind of confusing for maybe someone, or maybe even someone can get tricked of thinking that their computer is kind of like their Windows is running fine or nothing is corrupt. But actually it is that DISM cannot or doesn't really how should I say this? It doesn't really check the system32 for corruption. So DISM is kind of more focused on that WinSXS folder, and it doesn't really check the system32 folder. And so kind of when I corrupted the file, the zip file, the DISM made its scan of the folder WinSXS, and it confirmed like everything is okay there, because it is. There's nothing wrong with that folder, but system32 is still kind of, the zip file is corrupted, and in order, I already did SFC verify only scan again after this completed, and we can see here clearly that it says that integrity violation is still here. So now in order to fix actually the issue, we're gonna do scan now command. So we're gonna use SFC scan now, and this is the command that will actually fix the issue in the system32 folder. And yes, I mean, it can be confusing, and someone, for example, running this command would think, okay, I have fixed the issue, but actually the problem is still there. And actually, before running this, let me again just notepad. I'm gonna open the log again. I'm gonna open the log again, and I'm gonna go down on the, probably near the end. That's where the newest logs are. And I'm gonna find where that file is and where the issue is, just to prove you and make the point. So here we go. Hashes for file member zip folder DL do not match. Preparing file verify complete. Okay, so we can see clearly here that it's still an issue. Exactly the file that I have modified. Even though it says here repairing file, the SFC verify only is not repairing anything, it's only scanning. So don't be confused with this and thinking that it's repairing. So, okay, now that we've done that, I'm gonna use again scan now. And this command will actually be able to fix the issue. But again, I'm gonna pause the video for a moment and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so the repair has finished, and here we can see that Windows Resource Protector found corrupted files and successfully repaired them. And now, to kind of like test this, we can just go again. I'm just gonna use that file again. So if that's true, as the message stated, and to prove, I'm gonna again click on the file and I'm gonna go here, compress to zip file. And we can see that zipping a file, compressing it, it's working again. So just to show, let's delete. So I'm gonna one more time show you that previously when I tried this, when I corrupted the file, the zip file, the zip DL, I mean, it didn't work, but now it's working. So that confirms that SFC command actually was able to fix the problem. And so kind of, I know I made this video long with a lot of pausing and scanning, but I wanted to just show you that both SFC and DISM kind of work together. And kind of the best way kind of is to run both commands when you're trying to fix something, that you run them together. So SFC scan now, verify only, it's kind of the command that you can check to see if something is wrong, and then you can run DISM cleanup, like restore health, and after that you can run again SFC scan now, because they kind of complement each other and kind of work together. So it's best to run them a few times if needed. But also there are times when none of these commands is going to fix the issue, and it's kind of impossible to fix. And even for example, when you run DISM like inside of Windows, and it's trying to restore the let's say corrupted files folders in that WinSXS folder, and it can be stuck in some percentage, for example. It can be stuck. It can like give you errors that it failed. And then there are times that you can kind of go, well, I mean, I can give you I can show you actually. So let's I'm gonna make this video even longer now, but I just want to show you some other options actually. When things are like bad and actually you can't like fix the issue, and like DISM or SFC just won't work, or you're not able to fix it. So I'm gonna kind of show you that you can go to settings, and just to make clear, that does also mean like even sometimes when you go, let's say to the Windows recovery environment, so this would be here actually, advanced startup. You would click restart now, and it will guide you to Windows recovery, where you would go again to access the cmd command prompt. And there you would kind of also use the DISM command, where you would point the DISM to image of your Windows ISO device from your bootable Windows, and kind of DISM would then take the files from that image to this Windows, your local Windows, in trying to repair it. But sometimes even that fails, and it's just not possible to kind of fix the corrupted files folders. And so in order to kind of like fix the issue you're having even when that fails, is reset this PC or fix problems using Windows Update. And let's first go, even this is grayed out because I just press reinstall now, and it's kind of downloading in the background like Windows files and stuff. But the reset this PC, so if I go to reset this PC, you have remove everything. So this is kind of like complete reinstall of your Windows, basically. It resets everything, and you have options keep my files, but you do notice here removes apps and settings but keeps your personal files. So this actually removes everything from your apps, and it only leaves your personal files and settings. Actually, settings are also deleted, excuse me. So this option is really kind of like reinstalling your Windows, but you can only save your files, your personal files. And then this other option is kind of better because it's kind of like you can restore, or it can restore all the corrupted files but keep your apps and everything intact. And I'm gonna show you actually on a different way, because I have opened the Windows image. I've downloaded the Windows image, Windows ISO. So if we go here, okay, here we have download Windows 11 disk image. So I've used that option. So I've downloaded the Windows image, and now if I go here and I clicked on setup, so this is now the menu that comes up. So I don't you don't have to select this. Change how setup downloads updates. Okay, I'm gonna use not right now because I'm not trying to download updates now. I just want to show you what it's going to do. But I do want to recommend that if you come to that point that you have to do this, please make sure to make a backup, like backup of your files, or maybe even make a disk image using like any kind of like free tools. I believe EasyUS Total Home free version can do that, or Macrium Reflect. I'm not sure if it's free anymore, but I think it's Aomi Backupper too. So any image software that is free will be able to help you create like a disk image of your Windows, and just make a proper backup just in case something happens. But because sometimes it can happen that something goes wrong and you don't have like any image or backup to restore from. So this is okay. Now it says ready to install. So install Windows 11 Pro, keep personal files and apps. Change what to keep. And here again, you can select keep nothing, but that's the same as this one, reset this PC. That gives you the option. Then keep personal files only. And this is again This is again same as this reset PC, because it either gives you nothing or keep personal files only. But if you use this option, keep personal files and apps, everything will be still the same. It will only kind of modify the Windows files and folders necessary to repair the corrupted. So always make sure to, if you want to keep everything the same, your apps and everything, you select the top option. Okay, so I mean, this was gonna be doing, but I just wanted to show you like that this is also like an option you can do, and this is kind of like a last resort option, but actually it's an option that can fix, that will fix the issue when SFC fails, DISM fails. This is the option that it can help you, and it will restore the Windows to the working state without corruptions. So always choose this option if you want to save, or if you want to have your apps and everything intact. Always use this option, keep personal files and apps. So I kind of find this option best for the purposes, and I always find like using like just downloading, because you can download that image, Windows image, on your current working Windows, and you can just go, you can like mount it and just go to setup, click on setup, and then this menu opens up and you can follow the instructions. Okay, so that was it for this video. I'm sorry that maybe it's a little bit too long, but yes, I hope that this was kind of helpful for you, and that it will be of use to some of you that want to repair their Windows. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.